Yes, my volume is full.
Natural today.
You know, I can't.
I'll test it very soon.
You know, I can't hear a word. Oh.
I hear you though.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
But I
Yes.
don't hear you.
Check if you're muted.
Everything I've said.
Yeah, just go log off and log in
Yeah.
again.
You dance to the rhythm while people ain't get to come back. LTD, football be into deep, football be we want to pay you. We want it. We want to pay you. Oh, sweet, oh, Gary Johnny, Miranda OBEN, calling you back home. Official, see tonight, you already know. We want to tell you that. We want to tell you.
Okay, we'll take another shot.
Can you hear me now?
You come again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. I can hear you.
Okay, that's good.
It's a long time we never come home.
If you look to the right, there's a chat window. I can write to you through the chat.
When you come back home, my sister, the way you day when you come back home. You sing the music, you can take life and come back. You dance to the rhythm of people and get to come back. LTD, football be into deep, football be we want to better you. We want it. We want a better new day. Dreaming big for tomorrow. We gotta walk hand in glove. Be an inspiration to the younger generation. Oh, no. Time is becoming back home. One melody, la vie. Where you day? When you come back home. My sister, where you day? Come back home.
So, ladies and gentlemen, hello. It's a lovely Thursday out here in Germany, in Nuremberg, Germany. My name is Miranda OBEN. You already know. Today I went natural. Yes. So you can guess our topic of today already. Natural hair on the African woman, the crown of glory, like Sherry Licious Naturals told us. The woman's hair is her crown of glory. So for my guest today, I made sure I stayed natural because we'll be talking natural hair. We'll be talking the beauty we have if we stay natural. She is someone who has specialized in Cameroon on treating and ensuring that we discover some very lovely African hair. Now, every 7 p.m. German time, 6 p.m. Cameroon time, we meet on the Returnees Project page to exchange with people who are thought leaders in their domains, people who are visionaries, CEOs, medical experts. During the period of the COVID-19, an unfortunate situation, an unprecedented crisis in the world, we are having to find people who inspire other people who have believed in their dreams and made them come true, people who can hold the hands of the younger generation and say, hey, we are here to inspire you. You can stick to your profession like I, 9 to 5 every week as an IT engineer, but in the evening, I can change into an African queen, talk to other African queens and kings across the world to try to tell us that the African continent is you and I. We believe in ourselves, we make things work, and we reach out to each other because if one of us rises, we all rise. We rise to the top of the mountain so we can turn around and hold another person's hand and bring them up. Don't rise to the top of the mountain because you want to look down on others. We hold each other up, we rise together, we make sure that for Africa to rise, we have to focus on using African products. Right? That is coconut oil by Natural Beauty Store Cameroon. So focus on using natural products on your hair. Now, Sherry Licious Naturals was here a few weeks back, and that was on Sunday. She actually told us also why it is important to keep our natural hair, our crown of glory. Today, ladies and gentlemen, after traveling the world, Luxembourg, France, the USA, the UK, Germany, what have you, Canada, today we land in Douala. And this lady, you can meet her on the 18th of December 2020 in Douala during the Returnees event. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our guest of today, the lovely, very lovely Myra Fombe. Welcome, Myra.
Thanks for having me, Mira. I've been so anxious to meet you. Ooh, we look like twins, huh?
I know, don't we look like twins? And to think it's Myra and Mira. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Mira and Mira, right?
Exactly. I was just telling the guests what a fascinating interview this is. I can feel it in myself already because we've planned to meet, but we've never met. But we have a mutual friend who has kept our friendship going, Christelle. So,
Christelle, woo, bravo to you, Christelle.
Bravo, Chris. Thank you for bringing women together. Thank you for bringing queens together. And Myra, please.
Returnees does a wonderful job. Miranda, I can tell you what you guys do. It's priceless.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to hear that.
On the show, and I've been educating myself.
Thank you so much. It's so lovely to hear that, and it's so good to hear that. So today, to go to this show, I tried the best I could. First, I twisted my hair with coconut oil, and then after that, I tried to style it a little bit for you. I hope you're not too disappointed with the result.
You don't need to do anything special with the hair. You know, I had my hair out. I had what we used to call long before. And I knew that I had here at 6 o'clock. I was driving on the road and I'm taking it out.
get into your car, they'll be like, oh, she's driving and doing her hair. She must. She must. Right. So what we're trying to do with this interview, ladies and gentlemen, to show you the beauty of the African hair, to show the versatility of the African hair, because people get stuck. They never know what to really do with the hair. You know, they're just so clueless, and then how to treat the hair and all those details. But before we go into all the details of hairstyling, and hopefully you can give us some tips during this interview, tell us a little bit about today. How do you feel today? How was your day? How are you?
Ooh, actually, some days are hectic. Some days, today was calm. Today wasn't that hectic, actually. You know, tomorrow is 1st May.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we actually had more people do their hair, even though I know there's not going to be any Labor Day celebrations and stuff. We had, I think we had a little more people coming today to do their hair. So it has been hectic, a little bit hectic, because I knew that I had to come here at 6 o'clock, and we had to close the salon at 6 because everywhere is supposed to be. So my day has been good so far.
That's good. That's good. Now we get into talking. Oh, that's Crystal. We're talking about Chris. Hi, Chris. Hello, Miranda OBEN. Hello, Myra. Hi, Chris. So good to see you. So now let's talk about you. People see Lothair options. They see Lothair naturals, but the person behind that, how could we know more about you than having you here on the show? Tell us a little bit about your profession, your passion, and of course, a little bit about your private life, if you care.
Anyway, well, I'm Lothair Options. My name is Myra Fombe. I'm not Lothair Options.
Right. That's why we have it on the. Oh, we have it actually there on our scroller. Special guest Myra Fombe. Very good.
Okay, so I'm married with one child. I have a son, 10-year-old. And I'm a graduate from the University of Boya. I did life sciences with a major in botany and a minor in medical lab technology. So I have a little, and I worked in Douala for quite some time, and then I started looking for my passion and tried a lot of other things, and this one is just what I am most passionate about, natural hair. Yeah.
Right, natural hair. How was it for you to set this up in Cameroon? Because we already grew up being used to having hair relaxed or having more styles for women, you know. So how was it for you to penetrate the market with all this?
No, Mira, you see, my hair, I didn't start this as a business, you know.
Okay.
When I was going into this, I had lost my hair. I had lost a lot of hair. I was actually going bald. And I kept covering myself with wigs. I think I've said these stories over and over. I kept covering my hair with weaves and braids and all of that. But you know, there comes a time in everybody's life where you have to reality check, you know. I started looking for solutions to my problem. And when I got solutions to my problem, I discovered that other women could have the same problem, and I tried to reach out. So that is just basically in a nutshell how I got to it, you know.
Right. So you just thought, how am I going to help myself with these hair problems? And then you reached to other people, and then, you know, they started also. So, and how did you penetrate the market? How did you convince the African woman that, hey, keep your natural hair?
It has not been easy, and we still continue, you know, but I'm very glad nowadays we have less talk, or less work to do. I started from home, you know. I started by looking good myself, you know, putting what I teach in practice, you know. I decided to wear my hair out at every event I went, or every, you know, and be that stylish with it and stuff like that. That is one way of teaching it, you know. And then a couple of people will see and say, how did you get your hair like this? Is this your natural hair? How can I, you know, that is how it started. Then I said, oh, it looks like there's going to be some market here, you know. There's going to be, apart from the passion, I became more passionate. I started seeing women who had the same problems. People come to me privately and say, how did you get that and stuff. Even people who knew I had lost my hair, you know. So I decided that this is actually a need.
Right.
No, this is actually in it. I started talking to people. I started doing their hair at home. Mirabel, I started, right on this table. I'm sitting on my dining table on my parlor. I actually took this chair, my dining table chair, and my dressing mirror to the veranda, and I will do women's hair on my veranda. A couple of women can attest to that. Yes. So
And then after
actually, I depended on God and word of mouth. I gave my best on the clients, and I just left the rest to God, because sometimes I just thought that if you explain or you do a lot of marketing, people don't see it. They should see the work rather than the talk,
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then so
That's
far,
it.
how did your clientele grow? How did it move now from the dining table at home to a saloon then?
Yeah, I started saving. Once you get passionate about something, you have a vision, right?
Sure.
I started nursing this vision. I think I'm not yet there because I have a big God, so I have a big vision.
That's
So I
good.
started nursing this vision, and then every amount of money I made from home, I started saving, because I knew eventually my clientels were building. People were, if I did one person's hair, the one person is going to bring another person, and they kept climbing from 2 to 9, 9 to 13. Eventually, I knew I needed a place. I will not work forever from home. So I started saving. Mira, I saved every penny. I mean, when I say saving, I will work 5,000 and try to keep 3,000. No matter, even if I have to eat, I have to keep 3,000. And I saved and bought one thing at a time. I bought a dryer. I'll buy a chair. I'll buy, stuff like that. And then I started saving now to start looking for a place. And that took me for about, I think I worked from home for about a year from home. Yeah. And I raised every penny from home. That's the truth.
Did some people try to like discourage you as in, oh, natural hair, it's this our hair, it's so kinky. What do we do with it? And did people try to discourage your dream, your vision with the natural hair?
Of course. They still discourage me, right? They still struggle to discourage me nowadays. Let me tell you my story. Yes, they do. Let me tell you, the first day I went to Lotte, the first day I opened my door, the first day Lotte opened, the first day, I had trained one girl from home to work with me. So we're just the two of us, and we had no clients. And this one lady came in and said, excuse me, can I relax? I want to wash and style my hair. She had relaxed hair. So I looked at her hair and said, no, we don't do relaxed hair here. We do just natural hair. She said, okay. She left and went out. I stood on the veranda. I was watching at her, and she turned and came back inside and said, what did you say? Is this not a salon? I said, yes, it's a salon. And she said, what do you mean by natural hair? I said, oh, like mine. I mean, raw African, untexturized hair, raw like this, kinky. And she looked at me and said, Madam, if a revival to concept lie, can the paper mache come? I can never forget that lady. I thank God for sending her, because she gave me the drive, to move on. And I said, I told her that, okay. So she said, so I should try and think of a way of doing the two of them to be able to sustain, because how many people can keep natural? I said, well, that's what I'm here to preach. I'll try. If it doesn't work, I'll close, because that's the only thing I know how to do. I don't even know how to wash your own kind of hair.
Exactly.
So it has been one story after another, but that is why I concentrate a lot into styling. That is the truth. We treat at the salon. You understand? We do a lot of hair treatment. We teach women how to go through difficulties, how to manage their hair and stuff. Those are things I would do in the background at the salon. But I discovered that the African woman is more about her looks. If you tell a woman to keep her natural hair, the first thing she's going to think of is, how am I going to attend that event keeping this hair? Or how am I going to go to work with this hair, you know? So I started concentrating on the next problem, you understand, which is the styling. Concentrate on making her look very beautiful. That's why I even went to makeup, you know. Yes, because from the start, when a woman comes in the salon, I will do your hair. When I finish doing your hair, I take you, I fix your face, you know, stuff like that, and then say, look at you, look at how God made you.
How
You
beautiful.
know, and then she feels good, she feels, yeah, you know. So they start stretching, they start warming up to it and stuff like that. So that's actually what I did.
Right. But that's a good concept. So you see, originally you started with natural hair, and then you realized to make them understand that they really do look beautiful the way God made them. Like you said, you branched into lipstick and a bit of eyeshadow, and you realize the beauty corresponds with the face and the hair.
Because, you know, no matter how beautiful your hair is, you need a clean face, you know. You need to shave that brow, you know, pluck the brows, put a little bit of gloss, you know, touch a little, cover the imperfections, and then say, voila.
Voila. So they started getting more satisfied and telling other clients about your work. So it was word of mouth. Right.
Yes. Actually, that is how I started. That was what I did from the start. Right. You know, I started, and they started getting more, as you know, more styles are being developed as times go by, you know, because when we started, I can remember we're doing a lot of finger curls, and after some time, they get fed up, you know, of the same styles. So the pressure is on me. I have to start thinking, you know, ahead of the clients. What new can I bring up, you know? So sometimes Mira, sorry, I keep calling you Mirabel. Sometimes
you are Mirabel, I am Miranda. Okay? You are Mirabel. But anyway, we're both Myra or Myra, so anyone is fine.
Exactly. So sometimes I sleep at night and I start thinking of different things. You know, my hair has suffered a lot. At one of the main reasons I cut my hair from the first time I ever cut my hair was because I had to be at the level of the clients, because most clients at that time had short hair. Nearly everybody had short hair. So, and my hair was longer. My hair was, when I opened the salon, my hair was longer than this. So I had to cut my hair down. Well, I love my short hair look though. Okay. But the main reason was to come at their level and then do different things with my own hair, so they get to see how you can play even with that short hair, you know, and then grow with that, carry them along and stuff like that. So
you were trying to be consistent with your clients then in that case.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I guess.
Go ahead.
So I guess, you know, with time, they start getting used to, they start understanding, because when you come to the salon, we talk, I touch your hair, we talk about your porosity, we talk about the dryness of your hair, the things you do, you know, stuff like that. So they get to understand. And, you know, we are blessed. We have the internet nowadays. So a lot of them go to the internet, they see stuff, you know.
And that's it. Right. Yeah. So we're talking a little bit again about your inspiration. Then we talked about your challenges a little bit. And you always sound like you're very, very humble. But trust me, we've been hearing about your work. I've been seeing pictures about your work. And just to prove this to you, I'll show you one of your brides last year. Right?
Oh.
So my team always sniffs around.
Yes, that's my girl. That's Juliet.
Right, yes. That's Juliet. Yeah. And when it comes to you and says, it's my big day, I'm having my court marriage, I need to look great. And that is how beautiful she looked on that day. Yes. So we saw the pictures. I kept thinking, wow, you do marvel. So how did you create this look?
You know, most of the times I look at the clients, there are many things you look at, you know. I look at your face, I look at your look. Most of my, especially brides, I get to see what you get to wear, you know, and if it's a church occasion or a civil, you know, the inspiration just comes with most of the times I don't know exactly what I have to do on the client. except like 2 to 3 days before the time, and yes, I think this will look good on her, you know.
Right.
And I try to create, I really don't like my brides to look the same. So I try to change a little bit. I try to create something with each bride.
Right.
You know, so I cannot really say, I think, you know, Mira, I can tell you God has been with me all through.
Amen.
It might look, it might sound funny, but sometimes I believe that God works with me and shows me the way through, you know. So yeah, so that's just basically it.
He does.
Yeah.
He actually does.
There are some hairstyles I've done on brides that the first time I'm doing it on anybody is actually on the bride, and on that, you know, that very moment, you know, that's a risk, right? But it goes well. I just trust my instincts and I go with it.
Very much.
Yeah.
Yes, and we see you here working on a bride. So look at this day. Look at how gorgeous she looks by just pulling her hair behind like that.
Yes.
So does it mean who is the bride? Who's the bride here? The beautiful bride.
Oh, this is Denise. This is actually my goddaughter. I was a proud godmother on that day. So she was actually my goddaughter. She's actually my goddaughter, Denise. So
gorgeous.
She got her, she just wanted her hair all slicked back, you know, and I said a middle part will look great on her face. Yeah, and we came up with that look. No, simple, elegant. You know, the back, the low buns are timeless. They are timeless. They will cut from the 1920s till eternity. You can never go wrong with buns. So yeah.
Right. So we have a couple of pictures of some of your looks. Just talk us through it. We have this lady with this hair, which is so creepy. How did you get that? This is like out of this world. How did you get this one?
Mira, this hair, this is one of the inspirations I keep saying that God works with me. This was done actually in a branch in Yaoundé. You know, when I used to go to Yaoundé, I usually announce, I'm in town, you know, stuff like that. And and she's a client. She was my client in Douala, and she was transferred to Yaoundé. And when she heard I was in town, she said she has to come over. And when she came, she said, just do something with my hair. I said, where are you going to? She told me where she was going to. You know, she was supposed to go and see that special someone, you know, stuff like that. You know, those are the things that inspire me, you know. Sometimes they just come up like that. And I just said, okay, let me see what I can do. And I didn't want her to look, I didn't want a bun. Actually, what inspired why I slicked the back was because I didn't want a bun at the back, because I wanted her to look smart. You know, when you have a bun at the back, it has to go with something like a dress or something.
That's right.
You know, but she's going for something like a day cute, simple night. So I didn't want any bulk at the back of her head. So I just said, let me just slick this back first and see what I would do with the crown. So I started, and that's how that style came out.
It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. So we'll seize this opportunity again to say, for those who are just joining us today, hello from me, Miranda, Nuremberg, Germany. In the lockdown period of the COVID-19, we're trying to inspire the world, reach across the world, talk to people who are thought leaders in their domains, visionaries, people who enjoy the African continent and the Africanness in our roots. So for today, I decided to style my hair natural because I'm welcoming here my guest of today, Myra Fombe of the Lothair Options. We have planned to meet time and again, and we hope this December, on the 18th of December in Douala, I get a chance to have my hair styled.
Yes.
You're so booked. And one other surprise my team and I are planning for you, Myra, which you didn't know yet, is on the 18th of December, we've actually set up a corner for you, your products, and hairstyling. Yes.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to put that date open. I promise. Christelle, I know you're hearing me.
Christelle is behind all this, trust me. So ladies and gentlemen, on the 18th of December 2020, we'll be having the 5th edition of the Returnees event in Douala. And again, we'll be celebrating African ladies doing marvelous jobs, African men as well. And we'll be talking to people who have natural products like this one for African hair. Lauter Options by Myra Fombe is welcome to join us on the 18th of December 2020. And we just broke the surprise for her because my team and I, the brilliant team working behind all this and ensuring that we have great interviews here, my team and I have made sure that Lauter Options is invited to Douala with her team to come demonstrate how to style the African hair. My team working behind the scenes is the most amazing team you can have, the dream team. And we're saying, keep your natural hair, talk to the kids, get them all interested in keeping their natural hair as well. So we're having Myra here today. She will be joining us on the 18th of December 2020, styling our hair to show the world that, yes, effectively, with what we were born with, we still look very, very beautiful. So Myra, that's a date with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mira. Thank you so much. I'm very honored. I'm very, very honored having me. Sorry, I had a connection problem just now.
No worries at all. No worries at all. So we'll just seize this moment to say hello to some guests who have tuned in and have been saying hello along the line. We already said hello to Christelle Khan at the beginning. Hello, Christelle Asexuela. She says, hello, Miranda OBEN. Hi, Myra. And then we have... Hi, Chris. Myra, okay, that's your greeting, Chris, from Myra.
Oh, Chris. Hi, Chris. I can see you.
I know. She's such a ball of energy. And then we have Dr. Bianda Pardo connecting from France and Germany as well. She tells you, great job.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm a fan. Oh, I follow you up. She's my friend on Facebook. So thank you, dear. Thank you so much. She's such an encouragement to me. Yes. Thank you.
And she's true to the core. I can testify that she used to live in my city, just about 15 minutes away from me. So when I tell you she's a lovely person, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Bianda Pabdo is effectively a very nice person, true to the core, supporting her sisters, making sure that we all rise together. She's flown to Cameroon, had to make the trip because she had promised to be at the Returnees event. And she definitely always keeps her promises. We also say hello to Cheryl. We also say hello to Cheryl Tatabod, who says, wow, my girl Myra. So Cheryl is watching from Munich, Germany as well.
That's my baby. Mira, we just lost the light. So I hope we'll be able to.
Yes.
Light just went off.
I still see you. And if you out there, if you see Myra, just indicate, but we see you anyways. So hello to Cheryl, right? And then we also say, oh, look what Cheryl says. Okay. I might be my hair like this. Miranda OBEN, I love your hair. Okay, Cheryl, I hear that. I think it's a no. She's sending a message.
That's my girl.
Okay, I hear you too. I hear you too. Okay, I try to keep my natural hair more often so you can see that, and we encourage the women to do that. And as Cheryl says, Mirabelle is the best. Yes, Lauter Options, you're really amazing at what you do. We confirm that. And hey, we have, Goretti connecting from London.
Yay! Hey, Goretti.
A question from Myra. Have you noticed any changes in growth in the natural hair movement in Cameroon since you started, Myra?
Oh, of course. A lot, even more than I expected. You know, each time I go out, I watch on the road, try to see the number of women that pass by. I am telling you, there has been a mass increase in natural hair, in the natural hair movement. A lot of women are, and they are getting more comfortable with their hair. They just carry the hair out and they feel comfortable with it. That is the drive. That is what I have always wanted. So there has been a mass improvement in the natural hair movement in Cameroon. Yes, there has.
That's great. That's great to know. That was an answer to your question, Goretti from London. That was an answer to your question. Now, Myra, let's talk about your hairstyling, right? When I show you another hairstyle, which we found on your, there we go. Yes, we found this. So you're basically so creative that, how do you think about how to do something like this? Just describe how this one came about.
Okay, I look at other natural hair enthusiasts. People who also do natural, like natural hair salons and stuff. I like for updos in particular. I like some women in Nigeria. I follow them a lot. And this particular one I know was inspired by I just missed her name. I think my goodness.
You can write it in the section later on.
Yes, I can write it down later on. I saw the bangs, the thing hanging down and with an updo, and I really liked it, and I said that was a great idea. But I had to put a twist to my own and then came up with that. So when this lady came up and said, I just want an updo, I said, okay, let's do this. So this particular hairstyle was inspired by her. I just don't, my goodness. I'm going to remember her name. She's a Nigerian, and unfortunately, I saw that I used to follow her on Instagram. She shot her salon and she went to Canada of recent, I think. So, yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about let's talk a little bit about your products now. How did you come about not only styling but to start branching into having your own Lothair natural products? That's just a cross section of online. So tell us a little bit about your products, what you use.
Actually, the products stem from the shampoo. We have the shampoo made from black soap, the black bottle you see. It's a moisturizing shampoo, not a clarifying shampoo, a moisturizing shampoo. We have the conditioner, which is the next white bottle. And then we have the treatment, the hair treatment. We have that's the deep conditioning treatment, right? And then we have the leave-in conditioner, and we have the curl custard. Curl custard aids in styling. We have the scalp oil to take care of your scalp. That is my products are the basic necessities, From these, I think these are the main ones every naturalista should have as a base. Everybody needs a shampoo, you need a conditioner, you need, some moisturizer to your hair. So I took the basics that every natural hair person should have. So how did I get to let me go back to your question, why I got to making my own products. When I'm at the salon, and I've worked with more than, I can say, 5,000 women for over these 5 years, Yes. And well, maybe 5,000 is a little bit too much, because my guest list was 1,000 something. That is those who we took names, and we had not taken for everybody. But I see it as a field. My salon is when you're working on the field, you learn every day. You try things every day. You learn and you grow and you test and you change some certain things, you add some, you subtract some. So, but why I decided to create mine was that when I was working before I went into opening a salon, I used to buy other products online. Not online. I used to buy other products from America at that time. Like we know all the Shea Moisture, Cantu, and the rest other natural products that were very popular. And I'm not trying to bitch out all the other products, but once I used them, it wasn't taking it off for me.
Right.
And I noticed one thing: when each time they have a product, and you try to read on what they have on the product, they say made from made with shea butter or made with olive oil, or so that means the shea butter and the olive oil is something you're struggling to sell to your clients, which means it's very important. So why do I need to go and buy something that has been put in a bottle, and added 1% of shea butter? And shea butter is very good for my hair, and I have shea butter in Africa. So I started thinking and trying, pure, raw, natural resources, natural oils directly on my hair. That took some time, researches and stuff. So I would try this, and this one will work, this one wouldn't work, this combination works, and then balancing pH, stuff like that. I did sciences in the university, so that was a little bit, that was easy for me.
Yeah.
Yes, and I had women coming with different hair types. Mira, no two people in this world have exactly the same hair type, right?
True.
Yeah, so you have to look for different means or to deal with each particular hair that comes in front of you. So it took me and I just realized that when I started using natural products, 100% natural products, I had 100%, well, not one, let's say 99% satisfaction than I could have with the counterbought products. That's when I decided to start. If you take my products, we don't have some beautiful perfumes and stuff like that. I did that intentionally so that the Africans will get to understand that our own things are the best. We don't have to always rely on what comes from somewhere, from abroad. So that was one of my reasons, and it works. I have had people, I've been running the salon for close to 5 years now. I can have maybe someone complain that my hairstyle did not last, but I've not had anyone say, since I started coming to your salon, my hair has become dry, my hair is breaking, stuff like that. That is the underground work that we work. People see the styling, but they don't see the underground work that we work. So that is, yes, we try to give you, we treat your hair while styling.
Right. That's a good core phrase, actually. That I'll take that as a slogan. We treat your hair while styling. I like that. Before you actually come to my next question, which is how you handle criticism. How long do your products last? So when you buy a bottle of, if this were Lothair option, and we buy these bottles, how long do they last? How long can I use them?
Okay, that's the best thing with our product. Most of our products are, except the conditioner and the shampoo. Because the conditioner and the shampoo had to use vitamin E as because I try not to use artificial things to conserve my products. So I'm trying to make sure that my products are 100% natural. So what I use, that oils are used to preserve, right? Yes. So I use oils that are preserving, like vitamin E is very good.
Okay.
Yes. So you can last for up to 2 years, and there are some that are just, most of them, like my scalp oil, I don't even know if they're ever going to get bad because it's just pure essential and essential oils and carrier oil mix. That can last quite a while.
Okay, let's go back to the question. Thanks for the response. Let's go back to the question now of handling criticism. You say, okay, they will not complain the hair is dry, but they might complain about the hair. I mean, women in general are complicated. African women, of course, are complicated. And they're struggling to handle natural hair like mine. I'll probably have a lot of issues. How do you handle criticism, or how do you handle customers who are not as satisfied with a hairstyle like they would have expected? How do you handle that?
Okay, before I got into this business, right, I knew I was going to deal with women. Right. And I knew I was going to be expecting more than I decided to embrace patience, humility. In every business, you have to listen and understand. What I usually do is, when a customer complains, I try to stand. I stand where they stand. You understand what I mean? I try to put myself in their shoes and understand where they are coming from. That is what I do first. For example, we have different hair types. That you have the tiny strands, you have the big strands. That's a very big issue in this. And the hairstyles for person A is not going to look like the hairstyles for person. The same thing is not going to look the same with person B.
True.
So she can come with a picture and say, this is what I want. What I usually do is that I try to explain to you before we even start doing your hair. Yours is not going to look exactly like this because, you try to be nice and explain in a nice so that she gets it. You condition her mind. But that being said, there are times that we don't, the work can be hectic and we don't say it to everybody. And maybe some other, maybe one of my girls or me or any other person just works on the client's hair and she goes, right? And 2 days after, the hair gets bad and she comes back. When she comes, she starts, shouting and saying, my hair, I paid this money for my hair. I didn't take 2 days and stuff like that. And I said, just calm down, madam. What is the problem? And she said, and I look at her hair and I said, who did your hair? And if I see that the person who did her hair is actually the staff that I put to, that are allowed to do clients' hair are staff that are already trained. All my staffs are trained by me. And I accept that you are fit to start touching clients' hair before you do. Right. So I will understand when I look at the client's hair, I will understand why her hair did not last. And I will try to explain to the client why her hair did not last and stuff like that. We get by sometimes. So Mira, I cannot go home an angry woman every day. So I have to make peace with
because I'm just thinking you deal with women basically every day and they're very particular about their hair. So it must be, you should have some extra strength, like you say, patience and humility, yes, because if you want to shout back, it's not going to work with this.
No, it's not going to work. Besides, the customer is always right, remember. You have to, and most of the times you have to know that because you know the different types of hair and why the hair behaves like that, this is someone who knows nothing about their hair. So you have to put yourself in her shoes and understand why she gets angry and try to find out exactly why she gets angry, and you come to some sort of conclusion. There are many times, Mira, I have led clients, I've done a client's hair. Let me tell you, there are times that a client will say, I want this hair, right? And I say, your hair is not going to do that. It's not going to look nice on your hair. And she insists that that's what I want to do. That's her money. It's her money and she has the right to choose, right? Now, when we do the hairstyle and she goes into the dryer, comes out, looks at the hair and says, I don't like this hair. I cannot. And she starts, raving and stuff. And I said, okay, so I'm very angry. I'm actually very angry at that point, but I have to remember that I have to keep my calm. So I don't show it. I just stay quiet and I say, okay, so what do you think we can do about it right now? And she most of the time, or some of them get along, and some say, and some start going, around, and I say, you know what? Please don't just pay for it because it's okay. You can just don't pay for it.
Right.
Because I don't want to take money when the client is not satisfied. I have done that. Some of my clients can testify. Very few. It has happened to very, 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 very few people. But if the worst comes to the worst,
you're just like, oh, let's try another day. Now, let's talk about the saloon business now, talking about how would you describe the time before, the time during the pandemic, and what do you foresee for the time after the pandemic? You've already been successful, like I say, because a lot of people have shared your work on our platforms, and we look forward to seeing you on the 18th of December, like we say. Could you just, in your own words, describe what it's been like for the saloon business before the pandemic, during, and then potentially after?
Yes. Well, if you said I've been successful, thank you. I don't see myself as successful yet, but
humility.
But actually, this pandemic wants to send me to the village. Yes, we used to have a long queue of people waiting for their turn. Women used to come and wait. We used to have staffs like 8, 6, but people are still lining up and waiting for their turn. Mira, at the salons, we used to give numbers. You come and then we give you pick your number. Right. You go and maybe you find out, stuff like that. But with the recent corona, COVID-19, it's been hard, but I thank God. I'm so grateful, so grateful. There hasn't gone a day that I've not had at least 3 people in the salon. And I'm grateful, because there are people who don't have anybody, that their businesses have closed. I'm still very grateful because I have had to have changed a lot of things. Because I was scared. At one point, I thought of closing the salon down myself. I thought that was the right thing to do. But at some point, how long was I going to stay at home? And my staff, how are they going to pay their house bills and stuff like that? So we came up, God takes care of his own, Myra.
Amen. Amen.
God takes care of his own. That I just before this happened, I think 3 of my staffs, before this pandemic, 3 of my staffs came up to me and said they want to go back to school. And I was, I was, trained staff. I was worried.
Right.
But I can't stop them. It's a good thing. They have to go back to school. They need to go and further their, and I'm thanking God today they did that. How was I going to be able to pay
them? Yeah.
Yes. And I'm left to the ones that I'm left with, and the other ones, the houses that they stayed, they don't want them to come. They're worried about being exposed and stuff. So it reduced some of the staff for us. So my bills, the salaries have been helped in that part. That's why I say God takes care of his own. And then let's say, as concerns the clients, there are wonderful measures that we have taken.
What are some of these measures you have in place?
Yeah, we have we have this water and soap just at the entrance, just before you come in. We have a bucket and the water and soap that you wash your hands. And when you come in, you have the sanitizer. Also, that is like double. And then we have reduced the number of chairs. We used to have a lot of chairs inside.
Right.
So right now we have just 3 chairs.
So for the social distancing.
For the social distancing. So each person has at least 1 meter away from the other. So when you come in, and any other person that comes after those people, they have to wait outside.
Right.
So we put you on your seat and we ask you not to move from that place. We take you from point A to point B.
Right.
And we have a spray bottle with disinfectant. Each time you move from one end, once you get up from that chair, the girl who comes to take you sprays the chair and
very
stuff
good.
like that.
Very good.
And we don't repeat towels, stuff like that. So because listen, this is not just for the clients. This is also for us.
Right.
I'm a mother. I have a family at home, so I need to stay safe. So it's for everybody.
So tell me, we see you here featured with a very lovely mask there, representing the Northwest region. And then we saw you with some Lothair option masks. Do you offer them to clients? Do you sell them, or what are the Lothair option?
No, we don't sell them actually. I got inspired doing the Lothair mask because I wanted to do for my staff.
Right.
I wanted them because you have to change the mask. Yeah, so I did a couple of them for them, and I had more of my clients. I'm coming for mine. I'm coming, so I had to order for I think we did 200 already, and it's already gone. Every client that came in, yes, we sent a few to Yaoundé too. So every client that came in, we gave them masks. It's for free. We don't share. It's our own way of a tiny way of reaching out. So
that's good. Yeah. So for the Returnees Project with the powers bestowed upon my shoulders as the president, we would like to support your saloon business, which is open at the moment, with the amount of 20,000 francs CFA to make more masks. You reach out to.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So many surprises. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, my class, we are doing it. Thank you so much, Myra. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So having the masks, Love you too. Love you too. Let's not get emotional.
I know.
We'll reach out to the country manager, Christelle Swele, and she will get in touch with, the team, and they'll synchronize that. So you produce more masks, get more women keeping the natural hair, and then you can bring more Lothair options and protect everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Now tell me, how do you choose hairstyles for weddings, for conferences, for cocktails, etc.? How do you separate the different categories? Do you have like pictures in your saloon, or is it really the inspiration you described at the beginning?
Yeah, we have both inspiration and pictures and online pictures. We get all the materials everywhere. And also, I always talk with my clients and try to understand the person and what the person. I try to be in the place of the person. If it's someone, religious background, different. So I try to get to know my client and feel her, and then that starts from where I will be inspired on what I could show her,
right,
as styles that we could come up for her wedding. So it's mostly like that.
I was thinking of something as you speak. Now, your family and friends are used to having you have natural hair. Just like I cannot afford to interview you with artificial hair because I feel conscious of the fact that you do not like me not wearing my natural hair. So do your family members and friends kind of feel uncomfortable if they relax their hair around you? What are the dynamics?
Oh, yes. Yes. Actually, yes.
Really? So what do you
family and friends most of the time especially relax, because I don't criticize extensions. I criticize nobody because I understand women can have a change, but I tell you, I try to teach you how to wear the extension in a safe way, but relaxers, no. Right. No. Everybody knows I am 100% against relaxers, and even texturizers, I am one. So most of the times when they see me and they relax their hair, they even before I notice, they start talking.
Ooh.
They start
like, oh my goodness.
Even on Facebook, like some of my clients that went and relaxed their hair, and I just, when they put the picture, I just say, I comment. I don't even comment about the hair most of the times, and they just come inbox and said, and they start giving excuses. So
like, it was hard for me to comb, so I just relaxed a little bit.
No, most of the time they say, they just, oh my goodness, I hope you don't go off, Mira. I don't have lights and my battery is at 5%.
Oh, anyways, just give us a message for the world, because I was going to ask you if men, maybe answer with a yes or no. Do men prefer their spouses with natural hair or relaxed hair?
Men prefer their spouses with natural hair. The statistics at the salon, we have stories at the salon of women telling us how their husbands have been reacting and stuff like that. Men like women with their natural. I don't think it's only for the cheapness of it. I don't think so. It's mostly because they get to realize that they can put their fingers through their wife's hair, stuff like that. Yes, and she can, and the natural hair make them younger and smarter. So why not? And cleaner.
I must be honest with you. When my husband saw this today, I'm using a picture of yours now as I talk. I must be honest. My husband saw this hairstyle. He was like, "Why don't you wear it like this?"
Yeah, that's the best way my husband likes me wear my hair myself. I love wearing my hair myself like this. The only reason why I keep my hair in different ways sometimes is just because I have to show different styles, But as for me and what I really like, I like to wear my hair like this. I cut my hair all the time.
Okay, so let's wrap up with something we need our guests to do for us. We've given you your surprises of today. We'll see you on the 18th of December 2020 in Douala with your products and a corner for Lothair options so you can talk to the world, give your message to the world. The second surprise is to get you funds to make more masks for your customers so you can keep your business running. I mean, if you go to the village, how am I going to have my hairstyle when I come to Cameroon? So give us your message to the world now, Lothair. I'm speaking, I've actually put a picture of you on the screen, so it's still okay for the viewers. Give us a special message for the world as the world now faces a pandemic and we're having this interview with you. Just 3 to 4 minutes. A message for the world.
What I have to tell everybody, especially with this period, with this pandemic period, what I have to tell the world is that there is a reason for everything. You know, we should not embrace fear. We should just know how we are going to face the world with this pandemic and stay safe and think of how to forge further. Phone off.
I hear you. I hear you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So again, today, ladies and gentlemen, today we had Myra Fombe. You see her on the picture right next to me here. Myra was in an interview. Unfortunately, we're having this interview with Douala. One thing, there was power failure, unfortunately, so we had to carry on the interview with a picture, which is still okay, was just the last few minutes. Thank you all for tuning in, and for those who are still there, go back and watch the interview and get the message from Myra. We shouldn't have fear. We should keep on working hard, even during this pandemic. She's given useful tips for natural hair. We showed a couple of pictures of her work. If you're in Douala and you need to have your hair styled, if you're afraid of the pandemic period, then after lockdown period, then after the lockdown, please go visit Lotaire Options. And if you want to know more about her work, about Myra's work, we request that you go to her Facebook page. The Facebook page is Lotaire Naturals, and the private profile is Lotaire Options. So ladies and gentlemen, once more, it was a pleasure having Myra here today. We saw the different types of hairstyles she does in Douala. Those are finger coils. She was going to tell us a little bit about that. And then we also see Myra here featured with a mask, a facial mask. So she has her saloon running and she has that mask. We see Myra here featured in an interview for the Miss P show. So successful as she is, insisting on our natural hair. We talked about the Lotaire natural products, and these are some displayed here. And then how she takes time to make sure her brides look so, so beautiful. So for all of you who tune in, again, meet Myra on the 18th of December, 2020 in Douala when she joins the Returnees Project for the 5th edition of the Returnees event. So my name is Miranda OBEN, you already know, and my guest couldn't wrap up the interview because of the power failure, and then her battery ran down. But thank you so much for tuning in. We're really glad, like my friend Goretti would say, these can only be interesting when we have you all watching. Let's see what song. I'll have to figure out what song I could think she would have wanted to have, and then we'll just start. A lot of times she said, God has been watching over her. God has been taking care of her. So we'll just listen to some music as we wrap up this interview. And if you're ready, let's see. Right? So again, tune in tomorrow, Saturday, very important. On Saturday, we'll be talking to Komi Musa in Yaoundé, and we'll be talking about how to find your purpose. How to find your purpose as a woman or a man, and especially the young girls, how to be strong, how to believe in yourselves, and so on. So Komi Musa on Saturday, 7 p.m. Germany, 6 p.m. Cameroon. On Sunday, we'll be talking about the Made in Cameroon. We're focusing on products made by us, for us. So here again, use natural hair to take care of you, a natural product to take care of your hair. Thank you all so much for tuning in. So Saturday, Komi Musa will be talking about finding purpose and how to keep your vision alive and finding the truth. Okay, and empowering the young girls to be strong women and leaders of tomorrow. And on Sunday, we'll be talking about the importance of the Made in Cameroon. Make sure that you focus on investing in your sister's business, investing in your brother's business. If we invest in our own businesses, trust me, we're going to rise together. If we can invest in a sister or a brother's business, the money remains in our communities, the money gets shared amongst us, and for every business that gets lucrative, this person helps their families. So it starts with one home, then one family, one community, one city, one country, one nation. So start by investing in each other's businesses, supporting a sister, supporting a brother. So again, this is from Natural Beauty Store Douala, Clarice, and this is what she does. She does hair products. So wear African hair products, cream yourself with African hair products, dress African, remain as African as you can. For a variety, of course, yeah, you can choose others, you can choose other outfits, but the more you invest in our own businesses, the more the money is going to stay within us, right? Learn from other great economies who have invested in a brother's work or a sister's work. I want to thank my brilliant team working so hard behind the scenes to ensure that the returnees interviews are running exactly, if not better than we even planned. Thank you so much to this wonderful, amazing team working marvelously behind the scene. I want to say thank you to my family as well. When you get kisses from a little boy like that, you keep going. And then I want to thank the entire global team making sure we work hard. Remember to eat healthy. You see, those pictures were by Sherilicious Natural. Eat healthy, stay very focused, proudly African, and remember that wherever you are, you carry the flag of Africa. You are Africa. You represent African continent. So wherever you are, stand up, be an inspiration like you hear on this show. Remember that your dreams come true, and always remember that together we are stronger. Hold each other's hands. Let's rise together. Miranda OBEN, you already know. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's listen to some music as we wrap up, and I will be seeing you again at 7 p.m. for the next series of interviews. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Stay healthy.
Everywhere hustle's supposed to chop, it's supposed to pop, it's supposed to chill. Everywhere I'm supposed to dance, it's supposed to rock, it's supposed to flex. Don't you forget it, yo, don't be by my always be thankful.